Hey party people, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Bean.
And we're Kelly Beans Bees. We're second-year beekeepers here in Central Virginia, and today we are at the turkey house and we are diving into this nuke. So this nuke was 3 stacked. We've gone through the first box.
Yep. So the first box had one frame that was pretty much all drawn out. That was an older frame that we had put in. They have completely filled that thing with nectar, so there's a lot of nectar coming in. They've started drawing out all 4 of the other frames. Hopefully they continue on with that, but we're just going to do a quick inspection down into the next 2 boxes, make sure they're looking good, make sure we don't have queen cells, they're not trying to swarm yet, that sort of thing.
Yep.
So let's see what we got.
All right. So if you remember, nuke boxes only have 5 frames instead of the 10 that we normally run. This side has a ton of brood on it.
Yes, I've got a lot of brood. I've already seen eggs in this hive, so that's really good. That
means... this has a ton of pollen. That's really cool.
Yeah, I've got a lot of pollen here.
Okay, so I hope that this is focusing really well. In the bottom right-hand side, all of this like yellowy looking hexagons are brood. So what's brood? And there's larvae.
Brood are the baby bees. So bees go from egg to pupae to larvae and then to full-grown adult bees. So, larvae to pupae to full-grown adult bees.
Yeah.
So the brood that you're seeing is their pupae stage, where they have been capped with wax and they're developing under there. And when they emerge, they'll be full-grown little bees.
Yeah, so that's what's yellow right here in the right-hand side. And then you can see it's different colors. There's like orangey, different colors of orange. It's a different darker color, and that's around, and that is what the pollen is looking like that they're pulling in.
Yep.
And then there's also nectar, the like liquid looking around that.
Yep. Yeah, we've got a ton of pollen and brood over here, as you were saying.
Yeah.
That's mostly
so that looks
all
good.
That frame is. But yeah, that's what we want to see. We want to see a lot of brood, and we want to see a lot of food resources. I had a hive beetle on my hand, so I squished it.
Yeah, we don't want them here.
We've got hive
They don't belong.
Traps. No. We have hive beetle traps in the top of this hive normally. I've taken them out for the inspection, but they hadn't caught anything yet. But I've seen 2 hive beetles
This is
today.
full of brood.
Yep, my side is as well. So we say that this looks great, that we're really liking what we're seeing. The only problem is that they need to draw out a lot of comb quickly, or else what you see right there at the bottom of the frame is going to start happening.
Hold on 1 second. There you go.
They are starting to draw queen cups.
Are we keeping those or are we crunching them?
For now, we are going to...
I feel like this is not staying in focus.
I'm not going to do anything with them yet, because
you sure?
I might split this hive.
Now or you're like...
I'm going to think about it. We're going to have to see how it looks.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a good angle in the sun, but these bees are sticking their heads all down in these cups.
Yeah, I smoked them.
Well, no, into the queen cups.
Oh.
So
I thought you just meant in
can't tell if anything's in there yet. But, yes, as I was saying, the problem with all of these resources, all of these bees that are being produced, everything, is that these bees are going to start feeling like they don't have enough room. They're going to run out of places to put their eggs, to put their resources, everything.
Yeah.
And when they do that, they say, hey, we're done with the space we have.
Let's find a new one.
Let's find a new place. And so then they swarm and they fly away and...
go house hunting.
We have to hope we get a new queen back at that point.
This is new brood on this side, so you can tell because it's a lot lighter, like yellow. That's the same way that new comb looks. That's a ton of brood on that side too.
No.
Capped?
I think those are drone cells. I think they're pointed down, but they're with all the drone comb. They've got things in them. I've got a bunch of queen cups here, but I haven't seen any with anything in it yet that I can tell. But
sometimes they do just practice, but I feel like if there's that many there...
Oh yeah, no, it looks like they're gonna...
It's not practice, yeah.
Right. So I think we're gonna split this hive down.
Okay.
There might not be quite anything in these yet. They're starting to draw a little bit of comb on the side of the box even.
It's because there's
there may
extra
not really
space.
be anything in these yet, but like this frame is pretty much full of resources on this side.
Yeah, it looks the same this side.
Let me see what's over here.
Let me see. Let me take my microscope.
They've actually got some space over here, which
I
is
said
a good
microscope.
thing to see.
I meant, what is that other thing that's not a microscope? Like,
Magnifying glass?
yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, so on this side of the frame, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, there's pollen all through here. There's nectar all through here. And then if I move these bees out of the way a little bit, down here, they've been putting eggs in these cells, but we've got more pollen and more nectar up here. So at this point, they're putting eggs anywhere the queen is, anywhere that she can find a room for it. So they need more room, and we don't have the, you know, frames, the drawn comb.
Yeah, so you're probably wondering, like, well, you had this whole box on top. That's great and all, but if it's not drawn, then the bees don't see it as space, right?
They will start to draw it, but they can't do anything with it until it's fully drawn.
Right.
So, because of that, they're going to still try to leave, even though they have room to draw. They don't have room to lay eggs. They don't have room to put new resources, anything like that. So what I'm going to do now is I want to go down into this bottom box, and I want to try to find the queen. I didn't look for her super close up here.
She is marked, though.
Yes. But
with a yellow dot, so if you see her before we do, yay you.
But yeah, I didn't look for her super close, but I didn't see her, so we're going to see if she's down here. And if I can find the queen, I'm going to take her with the split that I make.
Yeah.
So that she's no longer in this hive.
Okay.
And then this hive that we leave behind is going to produce a new queen out of the eggs that I leave in here. And then hopefully that will take away their want to swarm because the queen's gone. She's left. And then they'll make a new queen, and the other hive hopefully will feel like they've been reduced enough that they don't have enough population, and then they won't swarm.
Is this okay?
Yep, perfect.
Alright. Trying to left hand that is a little difficult at times. So that's extra comb.
Yep.
That bean's gonna put.
Drop it over here. Oh, I'll give it to you. Thank you.
We'll just put it over here. We're gonna have to put this back down. I had this on the ground because it was getting everywhere. Perfect. Alright.
So most of those frames that we just looked at, we put in last week, was it? Last week?
2 weeks, I think.
I think. They were drawn, but they didn't have much in them. I think there were a couple of honey frames, but not a whole lot in total. But these are the initial hive. The
frames that we got. Yeah.
Yes. So this is a lot of brood, a little bit of resources.
This looks like a lot of brood.
Yep. Yeah, they really don't have a whole lot of space to do much.
This is the battle of every year.
Yes, hopefully 1 year.
1 year.
1 year. We will have enough drawn comb extra that we've had the bees produce over the years that we don't have to fight with this as hard. But yeah, this is kind of the one of the hardest parts of
there's a bee right here. Hopefully you can see it. They have pollen on their legs like it's a bright orange. I don't think the phone is focusing today. I think I'm in the sun, so it's having a hard time.
Do you want to get in the shadow of the frame?
Yeah. It still looks like it's having a hard time. I don't know what's happening today. Well, I lost him anyway, her anyway, so yeah, might have to stand on the opposite sides next time.
Okay. It looks like they're starting to make some queen cups down here potentially.
Okay.
But they've got a lot of larvae, brood. Yeah, they've got a big population coming. They've got a decent sized population now, but they're producing a lot more bees.
Yeah.
And we looked at the front entrance. They were, dehydrating their nectar.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch of nectar up in the top. And they are bringing in pollen, so they're bringing in a lot of resources.
This has a lot of drone brood on this side, and regular.
Yeah, they'll make a lot of drone brood when they feel like they've got a lot of resources extra. which is kind of where we are with them right now.
All
They're
right,
packed
so
out.
we're approaching our time here. What are your
So
next
I'm
steps?
gonna look for the queen, who I just found. She's on this frame. They've got some wonky comb here, but we should be able to
there
still
she
find her.
is.
Yep, she's right
Hopefully,
down there.
yep. I believe it's in focus, guys. It's hard to really tell through the veil.
Right there. So
That's her.
what I want to do is I want to take her, and I'm going to stick her in a new box. And we're going to put the new box probably on the other side of this other hive we've got here, just so there's a little bit of space between them. And we're going to split them out. We'll give them all the resources they need. We'll give them food. We'll give them brood, all that kind of stuff. And then in this box, we'll make sure we leave plenty of eggs, and they should be able to make a new queen. And then hopefully that will limit their swarming tendencies.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get 2 hives out of this. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. And if the queen that they produce here doesn't come back, we can just combine them back afterwards. And hopefully they'll have both drawn some frames, and we'll have what we need.
She's gone down in there now.
Alright, so we're going to end the video here. Come on back. We will do another video where we actually do the split, and I'll explain kind of what I'm putting into each hive a little bit more in depth.
This is not focusing today.
And
You look funny. We'll just come back to the bees.
Okay. But we'll do that. We'll explain that. So if you want to see how we split the bees, what we put into each hive, that sort of thing, come on back and we'll show you.
Yep. All right. Well, guys, thanks for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bees out.
Bees out, y'all.